G'day, everybody. My name is Micheal Dine. I'm one of the consulting engineers here at Juniper. I've been here a number of years, and I am part of the distribution team. And today I've got my buddy here, Rollo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rollo Lutz. I've been here with Juniper for a little bit over a year. I work on the distribution side along Micheal. We're kind of known as the dynamic distie duo that work alongside all the disties. So if you have any questions, feel free to give them to our way. But we're going to start off this question real quickly. Micheal, what is monetizing your network?
You know, that is an awesome question. I'm glad you asked it. So when we think of networks, typically, you plug things in, it works, and we never really think about networks other than managing it. With our AI approach, we're actually taking the network and figuring out ways to generate money off of it. Think of things like the way YouTube or TikTok or other websites, they used to be free. Now they show you commercials. They've monetized the thing that you watch for free. Think of the network once it's in and it's working, but then taking it and then being able to generate money off the fact that you have a network in place, being able to reach your customers and your employees to get them to do whatever it is that you want them to do. For example, like a retail store or a gas station would be a good example. We have lots of those types of customers where it's not just about buying gas. Certainly they want you to buy the gasoline at their locations, but it's also about getting them to come into the store and buying something. So when someone pulls up to the gas station, communicating with that person to say, hey, come on into the store, use this digital coupon to, there's a twofer on coffee and a donut or something like that. What you're doing in this case is you're taking the network, using it as a medium to go out and engage with your customers. And that's really what we're doing.
And I just want to throw in there as well that we're not just pushing coupons to customers on our network, we're also more or less using this as a way of looking at analytics. Whether the customer is actually a consumer and using it as an account, so you're getting the premier analytics of someone who's a shopper, someone who's detailed in that organization, or just knowing whether a customer is in a specific area for a long period of time. That can kind of give you, as a retail store, gas station, whatever way you make money off products, it allows you to really understand where your customers are going, how quickly they go to it. Are they going to one aisle quickly rather than staying there, or are they moving along that way?
Yeah, and that's a good point, Rollo, because when you go into say your local grocery store, using the app on your phone to put your list of items that you're going to buy, gathering that analytics in the background to note that, hey, you buy a certain brand of whatever it is, going into the store, and as you wayfind through the store to pick up your items, you can then communicate with your customer. That's what we were trying to say, is communicate with them to say, hey, that thing that you normally buy, it's on sale this week and it's 10 feet away from you and it's over here. So it's a way of creating a better user experience for your customers, but also generating revenue for your company as well, increasing the engagement and creating a better outcome for your customers. That's a great point, Rollo.
So for monetizing your network, we're not just talking about ads. We're not just talking about making a statement of this is how you're going to add more money. It's using the existing network that you should be already having and enhancing it so that not only is your customer experience better, but it's also making sure that your sales are as important, pushing alongside the network and the sales experience to go together, not just one over the other. That this is an entire section of your customer reliance and just your customer value add and adding into the whole chain. And it's in that way of using technology as a benefit to increase the network, but also the customer satisfaction.
Yep, exactly. Because I know from my own experience, Rollo, it's like even in my own house, if I can't find something easy, then I just give up. And I'm quite famous in my house. It's like I open the fridge and I can't find the butter that's in the fridge because it's behind something else. If I can't find it quickly, I move on. Having somebody there to say, hey, look behind this, or it's over there, this is where you find it, then I'm more likely to actually use that product, as opposed to just like, I've got 50 different choices I got to make. I'm just going to walk away because I can't find the one that I want. So this is what the solution allows you to do, is to be able to give your customers what they want, when they want, and how they want to buy it. But really, that's cool. How does this solution work?
Yeah, so why don't we just discuss real quickly how Juniper makes a solution like monetizing your network realistic. One of the quickest ways that we do this is through our patented Bluetooth antenna array, combined with our microservices and Mist AI. This technology allows us to determine the customer's location down to the very exact detail. The physical arrays, if you've worked with the beacon before in the past, you probably have seen how thick, bulky, and how battery-packed these beacons are. With Mist and Juniper Network solution, you are going to be able to virtualize these beacons and allowing for a quicker install. You're going to change your location. You're going to make wayfinding easier, and there's no need for a deployment of those IT resources. So you're saving CapEx, as well as making sure it's a lot easier for your IT staff to be able to deploy.
Yeah, and that's really cool. The fact that as a customer of this type of solution, you'll be able to create, as you said, virtual beacons. And when you think of virtual beacons, think of the way GPS works. Because you have all these satellites up in the sky that are constantly beaming down towards our phones to say, this is how you get to, this particular location. And you're that blue dot as it tells you how to go, across town or across the country. But this is, a very narrow type of scope in that I'm walking into a building. How do I find my meeting? How do I get to the orange juice that I want to get? Being able to press a button, and it's those 16 element array that sits in all our access points that are constantly beaming down to our phones to figure out exactly where we are, and being able to eliminate that need for physical beacons, as you said, Rollo, really gives us that dynamic nature of how we can set up beacons, move them around, and change the messaging for our customers, and takes out all that alignment and everything else that we need to do. So it allows you to create really like an e-commerce experience for your customers that come in, being able to buy from you and make their whole experience that much better.
So going off of what you said, Mist has that virtual location services that we keep talking about. This is a feature that we've been very prominent. So tracking your foot following, proximity tracing, congestion alert, basically also giving, a customer a turn-by-turn directions to help locate the item they're looking for, as you mentioned before. So with the use of virtual beacons, under 1 meter, we're able to deliver spot-on information such as alerts, menus, and relative offerings. So such as what we mentioned before about monetizing, you can push a relevant offer in that section, whether it be if they're in a technology section or maybe even a food section. On top of that, we're also making sure that these customers are protected with their data across the entire network. So while this may be a BLE transmittable beam, it's also still protected through an enterprise level security system to all the users that are on this site.
Right. And here's the cool part is that our entire AI portal that we have is built on microservices. And what that also means is that we're using APIs to do all this stuff. And our approach is to use open APIs. And what that does for us is that means that we don't have to come up with a solution entirely for you. There are lots of other companies out there who make very specific products to deliver whatever feature or capability that will fit into your business. Because we have open APIs, we can then bring in other partners that can integrate into our solution because it is open. I think as of today, Rollo, how many partners do we have?
I believe we are currently at 95 partners, and that is continuously growing. Whether they are a complementary in the networking world, maybe they're a customer facing, maybe there's some back-end type of partner, or maybe if there's one of our even competition. It's called an open ecosystem for a reason. No one's left out. These open APIs are for everyone. We're not shutting anyone off. We're willing to work with anyone and everyone. So when we talk about monetizing your network, we're talking about bringing in partners outside of our scope. Being able to be open and be able to work with anyone is what we're continuously trying to do in this type of space.
Yeah. So that's really what we wanted to talk to you about today, is that we have the ability to monetize your network. We've given you some examples, some use cases on how we do that. We use Bluetooth as a mechanism to create the Bluetooth effect and being able to identify where people are, and that we're open. So if you want more information, you can reach out to Rollo and I at Juniper. You can connect to us on LinkedIn. Otherwise, I want to thank you for your time.